The history of the War Powers Act starts during the Vietnam War. U.S. presidents kept sending more and more troops to Vietnam without an official declaration of war. And this went on for years. According to the Constitution, the power to declare war belongs to Congress. But after World War II, several presidents found creative ways to get around that little detail.
Congress is opposed to any more Vietnam adventures and wants a voice in setting foreign policy.
In 1973, Congress passed the War Powers Act over President Nixon's veto. The goal was to curtail the president's ability to involve us in future armed conflicts without Congress having a say.
This lays down in policy for the first time very clearly that the president cannot by himself take this country to war and should not.
Congress outlined a number of demands in the resolution. 1. Presidents should always coordinate with Congress before making a move. At minimum, the president must notify Congress within 48 hours of military action, absent a declaration of war. 2. The only way a president can deploy troops is if the country has been attacked, or if there is an express resolution from Congress authorizing war. 3. If the president deploys troops without congressional authorization, then there's the 60-day clock. That military engagement can only last 60 days, unless Congress intervenes and extends the deadline. But according to the Congressional Research Service, the executive branch has been pushing the limits of presidential power, including to rescue American citizens abroad, protect U.S. embassies, and even to suppress civil insurrection. It's part of where the separation of powers has been strained. Oh, and one more thing. The War Powers Act also mentions a concurrent resolution. If at any time the president initiates hostility and Congress wants them to stop, they can adopt a concurrent resolution. That's a resolution passed by a simple majority in both houses of Congress, and it can't be vetoed by the president. But in a 1983 case called INS versus Chadha, the Supreme Court ruled that a concurrent resolution can't be used to take away power from the president. Now, it hasn't been tested in court, but some legal experts think this part of congressional power is effectively invalid. Here's where this gets complicated, though. Remember how we said the Constitution grants Congress the power to declare war? Well, it also states the president has the authority to act in defense of the nation. The commander-in-chief doesn't have to wait for Congress to authorize action. Two examples of large-scale combat operations that some argue violated the WPA are the 1999 bombings of Serbia directed by President Bill Clinton and the 2011 military intervention in Libya under President Barack Obama. In both cases, there was no claim of self-defense, and the military operations exceeded 60 days.
Kosovo's crisis now is full-blown.
Now, Clinton argued that since Congress allocated funds for these attacks, they basically gave their blessing. And Obama said that the Libyan operation was too limited to count as a war. Trump's airstrike on Syria in 2017 also didn't have explicit congressional authorization. It was in retaliation to a chemical strike, and Trump called it a, quote, vital national security interest of the United States. Some lawmakers were critical with their rhetoric, but not much else. Fast forward to today and our current conflict with Iran. There's a push among some Democrats as we speak to reassert what congressional war authority should look like. So has the War Powers Resolution been effective? Not exactly. It may make presidents more likely to cooperate with Congress, but Congress has been unwilling to declare war since its authorization of the use of military force back in 2002, leaving presidents more powerful in matters of life and death.
Excellent. Almost straight through twice.
Hey, NBC News viewers, thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Subscribe by clicking on that button down here and click on any of the videos over here to watch the latest interviews, show highlights, and digital exclusives. Thanks for watching.